Welcome to episode number 9 of the Sustainable Living for the Family, Health, and Home podcast. In today's podcast, we are going to be talking about how you can simply start gardening just right where you are with simple practices and very easy to do things to start growing your own food bounty. Hey, this is Dr. Monique Adu, a pediatrician turned homeschool mom and keeper of my home. Welcome to my podcast, Sustainable Living for the Family, Health, and Home. In this podcast, we are going to be talking about all things sustainability and always striving to live our best in terms of the life-giving practices that we can do to build longevity and to fulfill our purpose in life. We are going to be talking about things concerning our family, home, gardening, homeschooling, health, nutrition, and so much more. I'm so glad you're here. Hey everyone, I wanted to inspire you today to start wherever you are and begin growing your own vegetables, even your own fruit trees, those things that can help not only to provide you with food, but increase sustainability and healthy, nutrition-dense foods. Did you know that when you go to the grocery store, most of the nutrition in your vegetables and your fruits have diminished greatly, even in some cases more than 50%. But when you grow your own vegetables and your own fruits picked straight from the vine, from the soil, you are gaining so much health and you are adding into your future health bank. I wanted to take a pause here to let you know that in this video I was in my garden and I was going around and showing the different things that we have growing to really try to inspire others to do the same thing, just starting with small things like a pack of seeds. Now I know that you can't see what I'm showing, but please do take inspiration from what I'm going to discuss. But if you'd like, you can also see the full video that I will go ahead and definitely link for you below. I'm just going to show you a few of the areas that we're growing things in. In this bed here, we have a variety. We have some tomatoes. Here are some that are blooming already. We have in between some carrots, as you can see here. And interspersed around, we also started growing some broccoli for the first time. Moving on here, we have some squash growing. And if you just lift up here, you can see the bloom here. Of course, we want that to be pollinated so that it will turn into its fruit. We have a few more broccoli. And we have another tomato. Now as it starts growing, we may need to trellis this because this does like to get taller and we might need to have something to kind of help it keep its place. So as it grows through the season, we'll go ahead and trellis as needed. Moving over here, this echinacea was down to the soil. It was completely gone. And then it totally sprang back up. As you can see here, we're probably going to get some beautiful blooms this season. We've also interspersed some potatoes you can go ahead and check out my previous video where I showed you those potatoes blooming in the other garden bed. We also have some snap peas growing. These also like to climb up. So if you have a trellis or something like this, we have this additional part here on the bed itself. This is oftentimes where they like to climb with these little, almost like finger-like projections here. It'll climb up onto this area here, like a little wall. We also have some onion chives. These are so wonderful to add to your dishes. They produce seeds and then they just reseed, and that's what happened with this one. We have some more potatoes here. As you can see, these are red potatoes compared to the others that I showed you in the previous video. We've got some peas growing here already, and they'll continue to grow. We have quite a few here, and the more you pick, the more you stimulate that growth. This is my medicinal area, and I have also interspersed a few things within. We've got some more potatoes here, red potatoes. These are sweet potatoes. We've got some oregano, which is a wonderful herb to have. Another medicinal herb here. And we have another here. This is comfrey. Okay. Here I went ahead and I worked on the ground along with, you'll see some of my children, and we helped to prepare this new garden bed. There used to be a tree here and it was damaged, and we went ahead and we had taken that down quite some time now. So when you see me working on it, you'll see I had to pull out some roots and do some cutting of those strong bands that were still there from the roots. But we worked on it, and I went ahead and I planted some basil. This is cinnamon basil, and I also planted some Swiss chard. And then we also tried something new. This is kamatsuna, which is a spinach variety that actually originates from Tokyo, Japan. I hope that my little walk through the garden was a help to you and really started to spark some want and interest to start planting your own seeds. It only takes one seed to begin really a lifelong journey in planting your own healthy, organic, and nutritious foods. And when you do this, you are now choosing to avoid chemical exposures, pesticides, all the things that your body just does not need, that the plants, produce, vegetables, and fruits that we often buy from the supermarket can definitely be exposed to. It is so very important, if you have small children and even for yourself, to provide your body with clean and nutritious foods. It was really eye-opening for me to realize that fresh fruits maintain the most nutrients that they have once freshly picked from the vine and eaten right then and there. But when we go to the supermarkets and we're buying all these produce items, we are buying items that have been on trucks, they have been through long trips, and they are definitely not going to give us the impactful, high nutrition that all of our body needs and really requires. There are so many people in our world today that do eat quite a bit for their day but they are so very nutritionally deficient. Did you know you can actually be eating quite a good meal in terms of quantity, but can be lacking so much in quality? So definitely consider getting yourself some organic seeds or plant starts that you can then begin to grow. You can just start right where you are in your own backyard. If you'd like to add some organic soil, you can do so, but you can try with what you already have. What you have may be just right and just enough, and you will only know if you try. Try your hand and see just how many wonderful things that you can grow in your garden, and encourage others, your family and friends, to do the same. Work with each other and really hone in on these skills that can really help to support a sustainable life and, most importantly, your health. Thank you so much for listening and joining me in on this podcast. Please leave a review below so that others can hear about a podcast that you have found value in and enjoy. You can follow me on my website at www.drmoniqueadu.com, as well as my YouTube channel, Sustainable Living for Family, Health, and Home.